Hello children, in the lesson Principles of Inheritance and Variation, whatever I taught in the previous class, I hope you must have covered that. So let us continue the chapter. Today we are going to see regarding incomplete dominance and codominance. So previous class we studied regarding dominance, only simply dominant. So here we are going to see regarding incomplete dominance. So what is meant by pure dominant? In the case of pure dominant, what we studied in previous class, the F1 generation produced will be resembling any one of the parent. For example, tall and dwarf, if we cross the F1 hybrid, it was resembling the parent, tall parent. So the tall character is fully dominant. But here, when you see in the case of incomplete dominance, can you see here, the red flower and the white flower, if we cross, they are producing pink color flower. The flower produced in the F1 generation, it is not resembling any of the parent. It is entirely different and the character produced is intermediate. So that type of dominance, you call that as incomplete dominance, and the other is codominance. For codominance, blood group is good example. So we are going to study detailedly here in this. Today we are going to see detailedly regarding this. So first let us cover incomplete dominance. In case of incomplete dominance, you see here red flower and white flower. If we cross, they are producing the pink flower. So this is the F1 hybrid, the phenotype. It is in between the two parents. So that's why you call that as incomplete dominance, because the dominant character is not able to express fully in the F1 generation. So that's why partially it is being exhibited. So that's why you call that as incomplete dominance. The dominant is incomplete. So here example for this is snapdragon or Antirrhinum species. Even a 4 o'clock plant, Mirabilis gelaba, also coming under the incomplete dominance. When you see in the case of F2 generation, what do we do? Means if the F1 hybrid is allowed for self-pollination, it results in F2 generation. In F2 generation, you see here, so what the ratio is produced? 1:2:1. So means it is no red flower and pink flower and white flower. So the ratio, the phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1, and the same way the genotypic ratio also 1:2:1. Means one homozygous dominant, heterozygous hybrid and homozygous recessive condition. So here the phenotypic ratio and the genotypic ratio both will be similar. Both are 1:2:1. When you see in the case of complete dominance, the phenotypic ratio was 3:1. So here the phenotypic ratio is 1:2:1. That is the difference between these two. So here when any of the exhibition, when the character is being exhibited, when the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio, when it is resembling like this, the same, the ratio 1:2:1, we can call that as incomplete dominance. And also here the F1 hybrid will be intermediate between both the parents. So when you compare this two, you see here it is no incomplete dominance, it is complete dominance. Incomplete dominance, you see red and white, if we cross it produces pink, and later it produces 1:2:1 ratio. So here 3:1 ratio as phenotype. So phenotypic ratio in complete dominance 3:1. Here it is 1:2:1. The genotypic ratio is similar in both. Here also 1:2:1. Here also 1:2:1. The difference is in the phenotypic ratio. So next one is codominance. Codominance, when you see the F1 hybrid, well, let us see one by one. Complete dominance, F1 hybrid will resemble any one of the parent. When it is there like that, you call that as complete dominance. So incomplete dominance, the F1 offspring will be in between two parents. That you call that as incomplete dominance. What is codominance? The F1 generation resembles both the parents side by side. So then you call that as codominance. So for codominance, the example is ABO blood grouping in human being. So when you see in the case of ABO blood group, it is controlled by the gene I. Now let us come to the exhibit, how it is being exhibited. So when you see the RBC, they are having some polymers, antigen, the sugar polymers antigen. It is mainly controlled by the gene I. Okay, so the I has three alleles, A, B and small I, that is O group. Okay, so when you see the A and B, they behave like dominant, and the small I gene, that is O group, it being exhibited, that is behaving as recessive. So when you see that A allele is present, means we producing A type of sugar antigen, and the B is there, it will be producing B type of antigen. So here when you see when the person is having both A and B, so they will be producing both the sugars. So that's why, so they will be, when the person is having A and B, both the gene, they will be of AB blood group. They are having only small I gene, they will be of O blood group. Okay, so A and B are completely dominant over, that is O blood group. It is being determined by small I gene. You know already, recessive genes are always mentioned by the small alphabets. So now let us see how it is being the genotype of each and every blood group. When you see the A blood group person, two chances of genotypes are there for the person. He or she can be IA or IA small I. Okay, and the B blood group person either can be IB or IB or I. Either can be homozygous or heterozygous, because it is dominant gene. Dominant genes are being expressed under homozygous and heterozygous condition. That is law of dominance. We studied that in previous class. So when the AB blood group person, possible genotype is IA-IB. Okay. So now let us see the crosses. When we cross A blood group person and B blood group person, male and female, so when the possible genotype, accordingly the children are produced. When you see, if the person is having both are homozygous condition, IA-IA, IA-IA, there is a chance of producing only A blood group children. There is no chance of production of other children at all, other offspring at all. So when one person is having IA homozygous and other is heterozygous, then once again the chance is A blood group only. Okay, if both the parents are heterozygous condition, they can produce two types of children. Either they can be of A blood group or can be of O blood group. Okay, so because these two genes, when they combine, small I, then it will be producing O blood group. Okay, then B blood group also the same way. If both the parents are homozygous, only B blood group is possible. One is homozygous, other is heterozygous, B blood group. If both the parents are heterozygous, there is a chance of B blood group and O blood group children. When both the parents are of AB blood group, then they can produce either of AB type children, A or B. There is no possibility of O blood group children. When both the parents are of O, they can produce only O blood group children. There is no possibility of other blood group children. Okay, so by seeing the blood group, we can determine the offspring blood group or parents blood group. Either if anyone is available, we can determine either the parents or the offspring. So accordingly, we can come to the conclusion, because this type of dominance, you call that as co-dominance. Okay, so this co-dominance, that is ABO blood grouping, that is also a good example of multiple alleles. Why it is multiple allele? Because normally each and every character is controlled by 2, but here it is 3 alleles are there, more than 2 alleles. So when it is there, you call them as multiple alleles. So this is example for multiple alleles also. Okay children, thank you. So today you revise whatever I taught, then tomorrow we will meet.